Welcome in, everybody, to Fantasy Pros MLB. This is Leading Off Live. It is me, Joey P. Joe P's up here. With me, of course, is the Welsh, and it's all of you, the beautiful peanuts and cracker jacks, here on our Twitch, twitch.tv/FantasyPros, or if you're watching us on demand on Fantasy Pros MLB, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Welsh, we got a lot to talk about today. Tons of runs, blown saves, big news, and of course, more star-studded friendship circles with the Welsh. I guess you were out hanging out with Rhett, Lowder, and Clayton Kershaw yesterday, just hanging out with the boys. Yeah,
no big deal. Yeah, hanging out with the boys. That's what it was. Yeah. I mean, Welsh goes out and they're just like, hey, listen, can we stop our AA rehab assignment? Let me come down to Arizona. Got to see my boy. Got to hang out. So yes, it was just Welsh hanging out with a couple of his best friends again. Rhett, Lowder with the locks. Clayton Kershaw was rehabbing, future Hall of Famer, needed to spend some time. But it was hands down probably the best backfield matchup you're ever going to see in a current, kind of young, studdish pitcher who's been hurt all season, and Rhett Lowder, and then a Hall of Famer, Clayton Kershaw, pitching on the backfields. And report back, Rhett Lowder looked pretty good. Velo was mid-90s or lowish 90s, commanding. He did give up a 2-run homer to some 17-year-old kid. A little bit of hard contact. Clayton Kershaw, unhittable. He gave up a couple big flies that were caught. 6 innings, no hits. He's here because he's going to play this weekend. Curveball is disgusting. Rhett Lowder told me he's leaving here. This is his only start, and he's going to start his bigger rehab assignment. So he should be back, I think, in a couple weeks. Kershaw this weekend. Check out my Twitter if you want to see some of the videos. No big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big
All
deal.
right, big deal yesterday for the Yankees. They exploded for 10 runs in the 7th inning to beat Michael Callaway's Padres. Also, Wells at a grand slam. You'll be talking trash about him yesterday, wanting to drop him. So that was good. Clark Schmidt, this was his first start back after the injury. 2 runs in 6 innings. Michael King, underwhelming with the strikeouts. Blew the strikeout prop for me, boo, but he gave the Padres a chance to win. Aaron Judge at his 12th homer. So more good for the Yankees here as this bottom of the order is starting to come alive a little bit. And look, maybe they needed to get called out publicly, Welsh. Maybe at the end of the day, that's what they needed. They watched the show. They said, Joe's right. And they started hitting baseballs all over the place. So good on them. The Giants.
You know what? Well, not envision. Yeah. Now we need AI to do this. I envision the entire locker room sitting around and looking up at a TV, and that TV screen has Joe Pizapia on it, and just chastise them. And then they're looking around and they're like, guys, Joe is right. We need to fix this. And it's just the whole locker room watching.
Together. So, Aaron Judge is like, that beautiful, bald, handsome man is right. I keep coming up there and nobody's on base. You guys got to be better. Just be better. That's all.
It's like it's like the Any Given Sunday speech, but it's Joe Pizapia and then the rest of the Yankees. Yeah.
Yankee lineup's not good right now. You gotta figure out what's going on in that offense. Yeah. Offense is bad. Anthony Volpe, you got a 220 batting average. You ain't even hitting your weight, Austin Wells. What's happening here? Let's get to Giants. Blown saves, scored 9 in the 11th, though, to beat the Cubs. But I think the fantasy news here is really Ryan Walker, second blown save of the season. ERA is not good, Welsh. We were talking last week about, picking up Doval because he has pitched much better. So Walker had gone 3 straight scoreless innings before Tuesday night, which completely imploded. And Ryan Presley, of course, then got obliterated right after. So not a great night for bullpens, just generally speaking. He gave up 9 runs, Presley, 8 earned, 5 hits, didn't record a single out in the 11th inning. It was brutal. But do you think the Giants might be making a change here with the closer situation?
Yeah, fire up your Camilo Doval shares and fire up your Porter Hodges. Camilo Doval should have already probably been picked up. He had been getting save opportunities. He has been phenomenal this year. He's not striking anyone out, which is weird. This is like a 28 to 30% K guy. He's at 17%, but he's got a 1.5 ERA. His walks are the lowest of his career right now. He's giving up the least amount of barrels. He's become a different pitcher. I think that is the guy. That's the guy. He shouldn't be out there, but you should also go and run and pick up Porter Hodge right now because the Ryan Presley experiment is not working. They'd already told us that they were going to give him some saves. This is probably going to lead to a few more. What a weird world where it's like Ryan Walker and Devin Williams are not going to be trusted, and it's going to be, Luke Weaver and Camilo Doval back. So I would go and fire up both of those players because we're at a point in the season where if maybe both of these guys, if Presley and Ryan Walker didn't have any issues prior to this, I'd probably just kind of like just like move on. Like they're going to get a leash. There's still a decent amount they can run with. But these guys both have had issues leading up into this first month. It's enough so that you should make sure that those guys are not on the wire, and you should get those saves.
Saves are always bountiful. You'll find them every April, every May. And then again in August, you can find them too. And everybody gets traded and more jobs open up. It's beautiful to watch.
Oh, you're making a greeting card there. You're about to like saves
maybe.
are always been plentiful
Saves
in April,
plentiful
May, and June.
April and May. And in August, trades happen. More saves come without delay. I don't know. I'll work on it.
That was our Hoglin. Horton meets a Hoglin.
That was fun yesterday. That was actually pretty good. Some big K performances. Chris Sale, 10 strikeouts, 6 2/3 shutout innings, but no W. Brutal. Pablo Lopez, also great. 11 strikeouts yesterday in 5 innings. Zack Wheeler had 9 strikeouts against the Rays. So some big performances for some big dogs. Who was the biggest of the big yesterday for you, Welsh?
Well, I think Pablo Lopez is the most interesting to me. It's funny, those names you were mentioning, because I'm doing a Betting Pros show that should be out later today or tomorrow. We're kind of regrouping and looking at bets for the season, and we're kind of retreading what we had talked about preseason. And one of those is talking about like the Cy Young race, and the Cy Young race is just weird right now. Even in the NL, I think like Skenes is at like the best value you're probably going to see him at if you still buy it, even though he hasn't been great. But Zack Wheeler, I said Pablo, I'm just bringing this back to Wheeler for a second. Wheeler's like 11-1 right now in the NL for Cy Young. And like that, those odds seem really, really great. So there's quite a few players that you're jumping out around. But of those names, I think there's the most like fantasy relevant and prevalent right now seem to me to be Pablo Lopez, because Pablo, there's just some early trends I think that was not making us feel comfortable. There's a lot of narrative stuff around it. And he went heavy fastball in this matchup, great whiff percentage. His top 3 pitches he used 30% or higher whiffs in this game. He ended up having a 39 overall whiff percentage because he had 18 of them. So he was missing bats in a great way, and CSW over 30. I think it's a very positive big win for us for Pablo Lopez, because I think he had lost a lot of steam. So I think this is something we could build off of.
Speaking of the futures market, the Brewers are plus 600 for that division right now. The Cubs are minus 350, which is an absolute freaking joke. Even August hurt, Steele's out for the year. The bullpen stinks. The offense eventually is going to come back down to earth. Now's the time to bet the Brewers, everybody. Go make some money. Uncle Joey just told you. I already did it. Yeah, you can all you want.
No, I'm not.
That rotation ain't going to carry them into the postseason.
But it's also, okay, to your point, yes, like I agree with that. The Cubs need to be aggressive, but the Brewers are still rolling out like Quinn Priester and, shame on me for Chad Patrick and stuff. And I know they've got reinforcements, but I'm not so sure
Woodruff is a start away. Myers just came back, so I want to give him some time. Logan Henderson looked really good in his start. Mizorowski's down there. They've got a lot of depth in that.
It's a smart bet. It's a smart bet by you. I'm not sure it's a lock or anything.
Always figure it out. And again, if you can't pitch and you can't close games, you're going to struggle down the stretch. Speaking of Skenes, also struggling. He's bad against the Cardinals. Maybe he's 0-4 in 5 starts against the Cardinals. He's 14-3 against the rest of Major League Baseball. So I guess we could just chalk it up to, maybe there's an interesting Skenes Oppo play against the Cardinals. Maybe they just have his number for whatever reason. I walked a couple of guys yesterday. So as Welsh mentioned, an interesting time to get back in on the Skenes market if you like him. Also Zack Wheeler. Jordan Walker, though, we got to talk about that Cardinal. 0-2. Here's the slash. You ready, Welsh? 194, 263, 269.
Not
terrible. Nice. Oh, my God. Is it time to send Jordan Walker back to AAA again?
No, I think at this point they need to move on from. There's only so many times you can continuously keep sending him down. I mean, I guess you can send him all the options that you possibly have, but I think it would be a really bad precedent from a developmental standpoint if you did this for like, it's be like the fourth time I think that they've done it. But like to your bigger point, yeah, he stinks. He's been really bad. I mean, there's some underlying stuff that feels okay, but his strikeouts are the worst they've ever been. So not only is he just not hitting the ball, we don't see any type of supportive data that's like, oh, he's got a 250 expected batting average. That's gone now. That's the sample size has kind of leveled itself out, but also he's striking out worse than he's ever done. So it didn't matter what offseason he worked. He did. We figured that out, that, he was trying to shorten his swing stance so he could get to the path quicker. Didn't work. Didn't happen. And it's a shame. And we might be at the point where it's like, oh, it's a little bit of a lost cause. Maybe a new team, get your mind out of it and you can fix it. Or he's the next Joe Adell / Jared Kelenic. And it's just a star in the making that just could not get the stuff to work.
More questions here. Jay Rivy, will Schwellenbach get back on track anytime soon, Welsh?
I think he's going to get, I mean, I'm going to say yes, but I think he's been super mediocre this year. And even in all of my praise and, must draft and everything like that, the first couple starts
were pretty amazing.
Yeah, no. And everyone was like, Cy Young. And now he's up to a 3.92 ERA. But, taking a look here, his expected ERA is actually 3.99. So it's almost at 4. He's giving up a lot more barrel, a lot more hard hit. His strikeouts are down. It's pretty worrisome. The 4-seam fastball also seems to be one of his bigger problems, that he's got more whiffs on it, but dude, guys are hitting it really hard. 93.4 average exit velocity. That's 3.5 miles an hour higher than last year. And his split finger, I guess the split finger usage is up. I guess it's the cutter. The cutter is really getting demolished, and he leans on that pitch a lot. So will he fix it? Yeah, I kind of believe he will, but we might just be like, meh on Schwellenbach, where I'm like, oh, you buy. You might just get what you paid for at the end of the day instead of having the biggest return. But it's a month, and he's like a super talented guy. I'm pretty hopeful, but it looks like I look and I'm like, oh, I think I see a fix or two on maybe pitch usage and stuff like that. I just don't know if he'll be comfortable with that. That cutter, he needs to drop that cutter usage.
His home road splits too, 328 at home, 486 on the road. Just something to keep in mind too, if that's a trend. Would you drop Ryan Walker for Doval right now? I would.
Probably.
I'd go that route. I'm not waiting around. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting for Marcelo Mayer because I think Trevor Story might be opening the door. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. We told you winter was coming on the trade video a couple weeks ago for Trevor Story. To trade him now, it couldn't get any better. Was that 2 weeks ago, Welsh? And it's been crap ever since. 3 strikeouts for him, and OPS all the way down to 680. It was like at 1,000 at one point. So things have hit hard here for Trevor Story. It's time to move things around, make some moves here. If you are the Boston Red Sox, Marcelo Mayer just crushing it down at AAA right now. You don't have to play Trevor Story every day. I don't care. It's about winning games right now. Joc Pederson, signs of life too. 2 for 3 with a double yesterday. So one guy going up, the other guy going down. Go ahead, Welsh.
Well, I was going to say, I'm still just like I'm an idiot about Joc. But, I will say that when we did that video, because I put Trevor Story on there, I put him on there when he was still hitting over 300 because, and actually wasn't really built around that. I thought he was going to completely just fall apart as a fantasy player. It was built a little bit more around like, look at how he's performing to his injury history. But what's also following is like underlying everything is coming back down. He's dropped like 50 points, I think, since we did that video, and he was striking out a lot. So I think that opportunity, we happened to jump right at the very tippy top height of being able to trade him at a peak. Right now, it's not quite there. And that's only going to speak to like what you said. It's going to speak about Mayer potentially getting a look, hopefully within the next month. I still don't think it's on the like horizon because they got to figure out who do they bring up first. Is it Mayer or is it Roman Anthony? I tend to think it needs to be Anthony, but we'll see.
Yeah, it probably also tends to more than anything. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to push those feelings down for later in the show because I don't want to get off track. Transactions.
Thunderbolts
Yankees
told us not to do that.
Designated Carlos Carrasco for assignment. So there you go. Ryan Yarbrough, I guess, is going to be getting some starts here for the Yankees again. Yankees. I know Carrasco wasn't good, but geez, we're in a weird spot now. The Dodgers, they recalled James Outman after putting Teoscar Hernandez on the IL. Everyone's excited for Evan Carter, who got called up again. Why? I don't know, because he's slashing 221, 333 with a 416 slugging. He's just not good. So great. Another guy who can't hit left-handed pitching, who's just not that good. He's overrated. Okay. I know the goods when I see the goods. He ain't the goods. Alex Cora reaffirmed on Tuesday that he has no plans to move Rafael Devers to first base. Okay. Which means that he also confirmed that he's planning on moving forward with Romy Gonzalez and Abraham Toro at first base, which brings us to today's Chasing Challenges segment, brought to you by Microsoft. Just like the athletes who push boundaries and redefine what's possible in business, decision makers today are turning challenges into opportunities, and Microsoft meets you are where you are, with the tools and guidance to help you make an impact with safe, secure AI solutions. So whatever challenges you're facing, Microsoft empowers you with the expertise to say, bring it on. In this segment, we're going to talk about the challenges faced by a pouty Rafael Devers. Oh, you don't want me to play third base? Well, I'm not going to go play first base now because you wanted me to be the DH because my defense was so bad. Listen, we're paying your salary. You go play first base because it's the best thing for the team, damn it. Otherwise, you can go live in a van down by the river. I am sick and tired of all the pouting, okay? Look, it makes sense right now for Devers to just play first base, open up DH for Roman Anthony or for Trevor Story and move Marcelo Marin and get this rotation of guys going a little bit. Romy Gonzalez, Abraham Toro, Boston Red Sox. Did you just move top prospects to bring in Garrett Crochet to have this be what happens here? First base? I know Tristan Casas getting hurt was not what you wanted, but it's what you got. So unfortunately, Rafael Devers, you can help the team now. So if you want to pout about it, you want to be there, that's fine. But I think that the Red Sox need to make some hard decisions and make some moves here and bring up some of this youth to get some injection into this offense that's striking out way too much. And that's this week's Chasing Challenger segment. Remember, Microsoft's AI solutions empower you to make bold steps and new ideas, Alex Cora, for your business to move forward. Boston Red Sox. With Microsoft as your trusted partner, you can navigate your journey with confidence, finding innovative solutions and reaching new possibilities. Visit Microsoft.com/challengers for more. Welsh, do you have any retorts for that?
Listen, I'm not an executive in baseball. I didn't play professional baseball, even though my name and sometimes CBS likes to think that I did. So I don't want to be the one to be like, I know better than a lot of people, because I think that gets overused by a lot of us Monday morning couch quarterbacks. That's a Welshism. I don't know what it is. What is it? Armchair quarterback. Armchair
quarterback and Monday morning quarterback. So you made it an armchair.
I turned it into two. It's a classic Welshism.
That is an all-time Welsh.
All-time.
Like an armchair Monday morning quarterback.
Or armchair Monday morning, it's a Wednesday. That's an all-time Welshism. But this is one of the stupidest things. I stared at it yesterday. To, with a straight face, have a guy like Roman Anthony, who had worked some in spring at first, and a guy, Rafael Devers, who's not able to play third, who's a big-bodied guy and could get one of those bats in the lineup, to with a straight face, have those two players and say, no. We are going to have Romy Gonzalez Abraham Toro play first. Toro is the stupidest thing I can possibly imagine. It almost seems counterintuitive, like you are trying to sabotage yourself. Why? Is Roman Anthony on some Super 2 thing that they're trying to control? What is the possible reason to do something so idiotic, or force Devers to do it? Or you got to tell me he's not pouting. I can't fathom that this is the solution. There's no world where this should be the solution. The Padres made the tough decision 2 years ago. The super tough decision when they signed Xander Bogaerts. They had an amazingly talented, better defensive shortstop in Jackson Merrill, and they made the tough decision to move him to the outfield, and it was a game changer and a winner. And the Red Sox are not doing it. It's stupid. I'm not an executive.
With guys that are veterans and guys who are older, and they don't want to do that. They're getting paid, and they're like, screw you, I don't want to do it. So you know what? Screw him. Move on from him. Trade him. Get a first baseman, or better yet, get some bullpen help or something else that can help you, because that is crazy right now. I agree with you 1,000%. All right. Let's continue on here with some more baseball news. Let's do a little rookie lookie, because Jack Caglione went 3 for 4 with 2 more dingers, 4 ribbies. What the hell is he doing in Double-A? I don't know. He's hitting 330 with a 600 slugging and a 400 on base percentage. He's got 8 homers already, 31 RBI. Like, what are we doing here? Move him up to Triple-A or move him to the big leagues. Also, talked about him Monday. I talked about him Sunday. Tim Elko, 2 for 3, a pair of walks yesterday. He's up to 10 homers, 30 games here at Triple-A. So Elko could be a help too if you lost Casas. Elko is a guy to pick up. Chase Petty struck out 8 in 6 innings. Now, I understand this first start wasn't great for the Reds, but just something to monitor. And Agustin Ramirez, 2 for 4 with an RBI. So he's getting back on track, which is nice to see, isn't it, Welsh?
It is very nice. Agustin, still that top 10 catcher. We talked about on prospecting with the Welsh. Tim Elko, someone to take a look at. I'm not interested in Petty, I'm going to be honest with you. Got blown up in his first start. Not a great destination in general. And Rhett Lowder's coming back. Rhett is going to move up, and that's going to be even less of future opportunity. So there's no speculation for me on Chase Petty.
No speculation on the petty. That seems petty of you, Welsh.
Mhm.
All right, let's talk about the 3 up and 3 down. Zack Gallen, 1 run, 6 strikeouts in 7 innings and a W over the Mets. He was dropped in some shallow leagues early on. I picked him up in our Fantasy Pros league because it's a 10-team league with very shallow benches. And you know what? I'm glad I did. I've been streaming him, throwing him in
I've
there.
been super down on him. I'm the most negative about Gallen, but he is stringing a couple decent ones. He still has a 4.3 ERA. He's had 2 straight starts, quality starts, giving up only 1 earned run, but he still has a 4 ERA. Expected ERA though is in the 3.5 range. Maybe it was a month blip and things are picking back up. I'm still worried about the inconsistencies kind of in general. When the fastball is not commanding, he just doesn't have the stuff for the secondaries. I still hold to that he is going to be wildly inconsistent this year. He's going to have some blowups that are going to really hurt your roster, but then he has gems like this where he's all of a sudden, unhittable against the Mets. But better than I think I was giving some credit for. If he did get picked up, it's a solid pickup. I'm probably still looking to potentially trade off of him after a couple good starts if people think he's back, because I kind of don't.
Matthew Liberatore was very good. Struck out 8 guys in 7 innings for the Cardinals. Tony Gonsolin, another big strikeout performance. 8 Ks. Tony Gonsolin.
Strikeout prop. We hit it. It was 4.5 said on the show yesterday. Over.
Well, he hit it. He hit it with then some. The downs, though, yesterday, Hayden Wesneski struggled again. 4 runs in 5 innings. Cade Povich lost to the Twinkies, 5 runs in 6. And Lucas Giolito, first time good, second time not so much. 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 2/3 against the Rangers. So if you're looking for help with all of your teams, don't forget to use my playbook. You can manage all your fantasy baseball lineups and dominate your leagues with my playbook from Fantasy Pros. My playbook is a suite of powerful tools to help you make better decisions, manage your lineups, and win your leagues. Import your teams for free and customize your fantasy baseball news, rankings, and analysis. Sync your leagues for free today at fantasypros.com/MLB My Playbook, or just download the Fantasy Pros Fantasy Baseball My Playbook app. Injuries, a lot to get to here. Brandon Woodruff, 2 runs, 5 innings Tuesday in a minor league rehab start. He threw 60 of his 83 pitches for strikes. He finished with 5 strikeouts, only threw 1 walk there, so that's good. Milwaukee's rotation could be this weekend or maybe early next week. Spencer Horwitz, 2 for 4 with a double, working his way back to the Pirates there. Aaron Ashby, there's a name we haven't talked about in a while. 3 runs, 1 1/3 in a minor league rehab start. Another arm there. William Contreras, though, for the Brew Crew, undergoes x-rays on the left finger. More on that to come. Noelvi Marte, boy, oh boy, can't catch a break with this guy. He's going for further evaluation with a side injury. We know what that means. Ronnie Mauricio, remember him? Dynasty prospect. He's going to begin a minor league rehab assignment in Double-A on Friday, moving up. And Yuri Perez got another start in. Only got 1 out, though, 27 pitches. He was not efficient at all. The good news is he was still very good velocity, 97.1, 98.1. That's where he was looking. So with Yuri Perez, we're still ways away, but it's good to see the velocity is good. But this is what happens in spring training. Guys come in, they look good that first outing, and then everything's like all over the place usually for the next 2. And then you hope that he rounds into form in the weeks ahead, Welsh.
Yeah, I will say, though, it does seem quite a bit more babying because he, it looks bad because he only had 1 out because he hit the pitch marker, 27 pitches, we're done. But that's a pretty low amount that I think if you had tempered expectation, or you need to temper your expectations if you thought he was going to be back, let's say in 2 weeks. If you're at 27, you're going to ramp up next one to probably 35. Let's hope. Maybe then you push to 40, 45, and then you're getting to 50. He's got to get to 70. And that might not be 3 starts away. That might be 5 or 6. So it could be more of a mid-June. So just remember that in wherever and however you've speculated on picking up Yuri Perez, and just so you have your expectations. So you're not like, guys, when's it going to come up? It's like, I don't know. I think it's going to be mid-June. You guys can go, when's it going to come up to Bubba Chandler to me if you want. I don't know at this point. What the hell are we waiting for? It's got to be next week. If not, just every day I'm going to say it's going to be next week or, in 5 days. But Yuri Perez looks like it's pretty locked to June to mid-June.
You know what else looks good? The best bets
of Wednesday
with Joey P and the Welsh. All right, let's take a look at the bets for today. Tyler Mahle, just 4.5 Ks. What? -112. What? Why? The Boston Red Sox have the second most strikeouts of any team in Major League Baseball, and Tyler Mahle has been outstanding this year. It's a small number, 4.5. I think you can get it. You're getting -112. So give me Tyler Mahle today against the Boston Red Sox lineup. Also, give me Pete Alonso, +135 to drive in a run today. Pete Alonso's got some pretty good numbers against Merle Kelly. 3 homers, 7 ribbies, and 16 at-bats, hitting .313 with a 1251 OPS in his career. And the Minnesota Twins, give me the team total over 4.5. Why? Because Charlie Martin is back in the lineup, starting rotation here for the Baltimore Orioles. What happened? I don't know. But Charlie Morton, they're giving another crack at the rotation, which I don't think is going to go well. So give me the Twinkies 4.5 team total. Welsh, what do you have for the people on this beautiful Wednesday?
Not the biggest fan of the nickname Twinkies for the Twins. And so you do that a lot. And I'm always like a little like, I'm like, I squirm a little bit.
I love Twinkies. They're delicious.
It's great. They last forever, I hear. I'm going all first fives. We're playing an all first five. One of the bets got rained out yesterday. I was 1-1. Chad Patrick, of course, had the strikeouts. That didn't work, but we did get Tony Gonsolin. I decided I like some first 5 plays today, and I might even screw around and maybe parlay them. First up, the New York Mets against the Diamondbacks have had a decent number, but Merle is online against Kodai Senga. I think the Mets are going to get in early. Merrill continuously has these issues with hydration and being able to keep going through the games. It's really weird. Home ballpark has actually affected him. So I'm going to go with the Mets to the first 5 at -20. Phillies, because Chris Sanchez. We are going with the Chris Sanchez first 5 money line. I believe that is up against Tampa and Shane Baz. That's obviously tougher matchup against Baz, but Chris Sanchez is the truth. First 5 money line -130. And then a little bit riskier, Boston first 5 money line. Tanner Houck is on the deck, but we have a secret weapon. Andrew Erickson from FantasyPros will be at this game, and I got to send him bets. And just because he is there, hoping the rain is going to be good, we are rocking Boston first 5 money line. Andrew Erickson will bring us good luck. Tanner Houck will have one of those good outings, -120. Those are my 3 bets, all first 5s.
There you go. All for Andrew Erickson there. Let's also remind everybody too, if you're making a bet, go to fantasypros.com/leading-off. New customers place their first bet of $5. If it wins, you get $250 in bonus bets right now. fantasypros.com/leading-off over on FanDuel. And don't forget that Betting Pros free trial is still going on. Use that promo code leading-off. Download the best tools on the planet, and you can get yourself ready for all of your bets. Again, the promo code leading-off, Betting Pros app, premium tools, 7 days for free. Let's take a look at the home run board and see where we're at today. I didn't get one yesterday. Oh, finally, Wonky Penguin right behind the Welsh. There we go. 12 and 13. Marty's at the top with 17. Starting to separate a little bit here. Sammy Sosa jerseys, what we're giving away from pristineauction.com. Go to our Discord, fantasypros.com/chat to call your home runs. I'm calling Pete Alonso today, baby, against Merle. I already gave you the numbers here for him. Plus 400 today for him to hit a home run. Love that. So give me Pete Alonso. Welsh, where are you going for your home run call?
I was actually thinking about the Mets too. I was leaning on Lindor, but I'm going to go back. I just got caught in the day. It was a crazy day. And then I was out hanging with my dear good friend, Clayton Kershaw. So I forgot to make the change because the Rockies-Tigers game got rained out and I had Kerry Carpenter yesterday. So I just gave everybody a free pass on that, but I'm going to go right back to Kerry Carpenter because Dolander is scheduled to pitch today, is in Colorado. As long as you get me a righty pitcher, I got Kerry Carpenter, the masher of lefties, and I'm going to go right back to him. I believe it's still around 3.5, or maybe it's closer to 4-1. But give me Kerry Carpenter again. I will pay attention to the rain out and pick a different. If I don't, I might look at Lindor if there's some early rain out or something like that. But give me Kerry Carpenter again.
Here's one from O'Grady, Pepio or lighter. It's Pepio for me. I know he hasn't been great, but sorry. That's
go with Pepio as well.
Yeah, I wanted to turn things around a little bit, but still, like it's kind of been, not great. Is Cade Horton a stash or a monitor? Depends on the depth of your league and what you need pitching wise. I mean, I want to stash him if I could, because if he's good, then you run the risk of everybody picking him up.
I don't know if it's like stat. I mean, he's coming up. You're not stashing him away for like some future thing. You're picking him up because he's presumably starting on Saturday. But I guess back to your question, like I would stash. I think he's above. Like we talk about a lot of these other, type of pit, like Horton, like Bubba Chandler is the ultimate stash, and Horton is like a couple notches below. But I don't think there's a lot of other guys that like. I think Horton's above even like a Logan Henderson and stuff like that. So it looks like we have a tunnel vision for him. So I would say he's closer to monitor than he is, or closer to stash than he is just like a monitor.
Michael says I have Hunter Green and Lodolo, but somebody dropped Abbott in my league. Is that too many Reds pitchers? No, they've been just get good pitchers.
I mean,
2-star weeks.
I don't think it has anything to do with you having those other guys. this isn't like that's more of a fantasy football thing. It's like, do I have too many wide receivers on the same team? Like it's more about like, who are you dropping for Abbott?
Right. Exactly.
But he's fine. This is a great question.
Our social media guy, Tyler, over under on beers, Erickson drinks. Erickson is more of a martini kind of guy.
He's definitely like a chocolate martini.
2.5 is the number I would set it. And I'm going to go under. Probably gets just 2 because they're expensive too.
They are super expensive, but he's going out to have a good time. Here's where this gets messed up. He will pregame. Erickson is a pre-gamer. So
100%.
I would say the under actually is very likely because I say 2 is the number. But if you give me the day, way over. If I get pregame involved, over.
Fair enough. So we'll monitor that. We'll try to get back to you with the answer to that question.
We'll monitor the Erickson situation.
While we're at it, don't forget, it's Wednesday, so join us live on our YouTube, 4 p.m. Eastern, to get your questions answered for fantasy baseball. Again, live. Ring the bell till it goes ding for notifications so you don't forget. And subscribe to Fantasy Pros MLB. That'll do it for us. But the story of the game goes on for the Welsh. I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Hey, Devers, go play first base. Go get your shine box. Get your shine box. Go play first base.